Oh no, that didn't work. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Done. I think everybody... Oh! Forza has been completed.
Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. I am Skywarp72 with Cruisers Gaming, and today we're going to be taking a good look at the Forza Race Regulation Beta Hopper that's running for the month of March for Turn 10 developers and select players. And man, I really do love the direction they're going with this. But before we get to that, make sure you subscribe to Cruisers Motorsports for all the latest breaking news on the Forza Race Regulation system, as I'll be catching all the tweaks and changes to the system over the next few weeks before it goes live to the general public in the April update. And my hopes are that for those of you who watch my channel, you will be prepared to know what to expect from the system when the time comes. Now, as I've said before, I am super grateful and excited to be a part of the beta testing.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
And come April, you should be excited for it as well, as your feedback on the system will help shape the implement of it in future Forza Motorsport installments. Turn 10 is and will be listening, so make sure to let them know your thoughts on it after April in all their social networking pages, being Twitter, the brand spanking new official Forza Discord, and of course ForzaMotorsport.net website. Now, from what I have taken away from talking to developers about this, there is only a very small team dedicated to erecting this new system, which is a pretty monumentous sized chore. It makes sense with this small team that changes are going to be unfolded slowly in the coming months instead of just being polished and introduced all at one time. This slow rollout
Autobots, transform and roll out!
is what's making it possible for us, the players, to be part of the FRR's inception. While I don't envy the task this small team has in creating the FRRs from, well, literally nothing, I can tell you in talking with the developers that they are freaking on it, taking in the mass amount of info and feedback that we have given them in a supercomputer type fashion. And that alone is why I'm already behind and believe in this system. Upon entering the beta hopper, I can tell you it's a very limited one. It is S-Class only, with only 5 tracks, being Monza, Sebring, VIR, Mugello, and Road Atlanta, all being the full versions of each course. These are the tracks that will be most susceptible to cutters once the FRRs go live, as the system removes the tire barriers. The removal of the tire barriers, however, is really the first thing you notice when getting into a race. It automatically makes the track look more open and feel bigger, as it does in the real world, lending to a more realistic experience of the track.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Once engaging the penalty system, my first impression is that, man, this thing is strict.
Ow!
Christ, Jake, take it easy, man.
Now what? Ow! Jesus Christ! Ow! Jesus Christ! Ah, shit! Stop, you bitch! Hey! Jesus Christ!
small cuts that you may or may not intendedly make are, at this moment in time in the beta, worth 1 to 3 seconds of time penalties. Even though, by cutting some of these spots, they only give you a couple tenths of a second advantage on your lap time. Now, this has already been brought to the attention of Turn 10 developers, and they have acknowledged this. Like I said, man, they are really listening. With this strict system, however, I think anyways, is more of an incentive to drive your laps as clean as possible. If you know that even slightly cutting a corner to shave, 3/10 off your lap will penalize you anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds, chances are your laps are gonna get a lot cleaner. And that may be just the street that Turn 10 wants to turn us down. In testing the beta, the FRRs are already off to a fantastic start. The penalties for track cutting are consistent. There is no questionable penalties coming from the AI adjudicator.
I am the law.
And believe me, we've had a blast at doing our best in trying to trip the thing up. There are, however, some glaring problems that the beta has that us testers have let the developers know about. The biggest being a problem I encountered in only the second test race that I performed. While going through the S-corners on Mugello, I took them cleanly, while another player behind me cut the track where the tire barriers had once been. When he did, he jumped from a few places behind me to right beside me. I actually had to maneuver over the rumble strips to avoid being hit by him, and when I did, I incurred a 1-second penalty myself. Again, we brought this to the attention of Turn 10 developers and pointed out that when the FRR system does go live in April, there will be players just like ourselves that want to test the limits of not having these tire barriers in place, meaning that clean racers might end up with getting penalties for themselves trying to avoid players like this.
That didn't work.
The second thing, being a minor nitpick, is the fact that sometimes the tire barriers are a reminder of what ribbon of any given track that you're on. Take, for instance, the difference in between Monza Full versus Monza Full Alt, with, the huge speed gathering straightaway being on Monza Alt. All players are guilty of kind of just zoning out and completely forgetting what ribbon of the track they're on. I see it daily on Le Mans Old Messane, and then the full circuit with the chicanes. They crash right in the tire walls just about every time. A simple, sponsor board with an arrow could correct this problem and save some serious drama in a multiplayer lobby. And yes, while we have brought this to the attention of the devs, we are still kept in the dark about a lot of things.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
As the FRR system is being developed now for track cutting, it will also, in the future, include a penalty system as well for rammers and griefers, so that will undoubtedly be a wild adjustment to the existing FRRs after April. Oh, and by the way, just for my buddy Pissed Off Panda, let me stress to you guys, what you're seeing, is just the beta. Everything that you're seeing in this episode will be more polished and more refined as each month goes by and Turn 10 gradually completes the system. So, there's the look inside the FRR beta hopper. Stay tuned for changes that they make over the month here so you'll have a better idea of what's to come for you in April. And, hey, what do you guys think? Good? Bad, or in between? Take to the comment section and tell me. I really want to hear what you have to say. And now, shifting gears. I really wanted to figure something out with a Cruiser sticker giveaway by the time I hit the 5,000 subscriber mark. But that mark is looming closer and closer every day at, well, quite a good speed. And I'm having a hard time figuring out what with the large number of work hours I'm having to put in with my business, as it's the busiest time of year for me. Regardless, that mark is looming quickly, and in thinking about it lately, I hate to give the first giveaway to a new subscriber instead of someone who has been there all along. And in thinking about that, it got me thinking about some of the loyal groups that have really helped out the channel with support, from views to promotion and everything, so on. So, this week's subscriber shout out goes out to the admin team over on the Forza Racing Network group on Facebook, Scepter Gaming and Photography, Trendin' Sim Racer Gilroy over at the Temple of Forza, the Forza crew of the United Nations Racing, and most off, the Moose himself and the entirety of the Loft Racing Club, who I know are responsible for about 200 views every week, no matter the content of the video. The links to all these groups will be included down below, and I thank each and every one of you for your support in helping Cruisers Motorsports through the first 5,000 subscribers, of which we all hope there will become more. And I thank the rest of you for watching as well. Make sure to check the description below for links to the Cruisers Gaming Facebook page, the newly formed Twitter, Cruisers Patreon, and tons more, my friends. And remember, those friends, well, they're the family you get to choose. I'll see you next week, fellow Cruisers.